Traditional testing methods are often put in place to test single chemicals one at a time, and they will often involve animal experiments. And I explained before that some areas of chemical risk assessment are not allowed to use animals anymore, and that's in the area of cosmetics ingredients in Europe, for instance, is banned. And so the big challenge is designing safety assessment methods that can actually work with co-exposures, and that's the area where consumer products really are, requiring innovation, because they are all mixtures of complicated chemical agents, and so that's a really big challenge. Well, first of all, let me say that in Europe the embryo test is classified as a non-animal based test, and in that sense it's providing a useful alternative to certain animal testing. But it is a simple test. Used in the right contexture, it indicates a certain hazard. But I will say that it also is fairly adaptable, and it can be used, for instance, to study risks for endocrine disruption, specifically during early development, as an endpoint of toxicity. But it's very useful also when it will be slotted into more integrated testing strategies as an important component, which is being actually tried and tested around the world at the moment. Well, the leading challenges are three. It's collaboration between industry, academia, and also the regulators. That's very important. If you don't have that, you're not going to get anywhere. Number two, it's the issue of cost versus relevance of the test systems that you use, and their validation has to be done right and has to be done in harmony with other areas of the world and other kinds of risk assessments in other chemical areas. The third bit is the exposure analysis, which has to be done if you're going to go from a hazard to a risk assessment or a safety assessment. Well, I think the responsibility lies with all of those three as components of the solution. Of course, public opinion is the public are the most important, because they are the consumers and they have a very loud voice, and it will get louder. But getting all three of those actors to the table will be absolutely vital to get step change here in safety assessment, so that everybody's nose, if you like, is pointed in the same direction, and that we're all pulling in the same direction, understand the importance of consumer protection, and that responsibility lies at all three of us. So at the scientific level, at the regulatory level, and at the industrial level, together.